The day would be October the 11th, 2012. I would be standing in front of courtroom J301, smelling good and looking good, when all of a sudden, my palms start to sweat. My heart rate increases, and my mouth goes completely dry. Ladies and gentlemen, and anyone who has been in the courtroom facing life or death, I will take one last hard swallow and open the doors to an unknown future. As I walk into the courtroom, I'm overwhelmed by a smell of defeat and intimidation. I will begin to scan the room when I notice all the men walking around with their heads held low as if they had just been given the death penalty and the very legend within stripped from them. I will continue to scan the room when I notice Nicole, the mother of my child, sitting with her attorney. And I immediately get frustrated and filled with anxiety. Why is she doing this to me? Why is she trying to take my life, my soul, my reason for living away from me? All rise. Court is now in session. The court calls Terry Givens versus Nicole Wickenberg. I stand up and my mind sits back down. As I'm walking to the bench, all I hear in my head is the voice of the case manager stating, "You know, it isn't wise to represent yourself. She has an attorney now, so if you can't afford an attorney, you might as well give up, because you're not going to win." I'll be standing before the judge in the flesh when my mind and my soul takes me back to a time I found out that there's a legend inside each and every one of us, lying dormant, waiting to be activated. I found out how to activate it through James Buster Douglas versus Iron Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was 37-0, the most feared man in the sport of boxing, with an average knockout that usually occurred within the first 3 or 4 rounds. Buster Douglas was what was known as a nobody. His odds against him stood at a staggering 47-1. No one thought he could win that fight. No one except his mother, who went on to say, "My son will beat Mike Tyson." She would die 3 weeks before the fight. Buster Douglas made the decision to continue to prepare for the fight despite this overwhelming tragedy. In the 8th round of that amazing fight, Buster Douglas would be hit with a tremendous uppercut, sending him to the ground. But against all odds, he would courageously come back to outclass Mike Tyson in the 9th and to knock Mike Tyson out in the 10th to claim the World Championship title. After the fight, the announcer asked, "Can you believe it?" "Yes," Buster Douglas replied. Shocked, the announcer stated, "Why? Why did you believe it?" "Because I wanted it." "But why? Why did you want it?" For my mother, God bless her heart. You see, Buster Douglas had his reasons for why. His why was stronger than that punch, stronger than all the negative criticisms he was getting leading up to the fight. And as a result, tapped into that supernatural being tapped into that legend within and was able to pull off the biggest upset in the history of sports. It is through this I'm reminded of my why. God sent my kids through me. I'm responsible for giving them the knowledge, the wisdom, the tools and understandings to life. For I have a love for them that's so strong, so deep, and so true that it activates the legend within me that's so powerful to the point where no case manager, no law degree, not even the mother of my kids is going to stand in the way of me being a father to my children. Death shall reach me before I walk away or give up fighting for my kids. I would overhear the judge as if he was repeating himself. Mr. Givens, you filed the petition. Please, state your case. And I will look up with my head held high in a strong, proud posture, look them all square in the eyes, without an ounce of fear or intimidation running within me, and I will begin to fight. Fight for my rights as a father. Fight for my rights to be involved with my children. I would fight. With much success. 15 days out of every month, my daughter is with me. Just last week while we were watching TV and playing, she stopped what she was doing, unwarranted and unprovoked, and says, "Daddy, I love you." And that made it every struggle, every step of the way worth it. Ladies and gentlemen, what's your why? Is it strong enough to move mountains? Does it run deeper than the deepest ocean valleys? For if it doesn't, I encourage you to block out a time away from the TV, away from the cell phones and any other distractions, and think. What's my why? Why continue to grow? Why continue to fight for your dreams? Why not succumb to the constant negative statements going on in your mind and in this world? For once you have your why, you have acquired the key to truly activating the legend within.